Well, I thought Lowell played like a team that lost the first game in a 2-game series tonight, and I think that's what we just talked with our guys about. That it's a different feeling than the regular ECAC schedule where you play a different team and you know if they won or they lost, but there's a different feeling. We beat them on Friday night, and they came in and played a little more focused than us. I really liked our energy to start the game, but we tried to do too much. We didn't take the simple play. We tried to make a bigger play than what was there. And the night that we won on Friday, we took the simple play. And so we were overworking throughout the game. First period, second period, third period. And you know, I heard the questions you asked the other guys. The biggest thing we need to work on is that right there, is to find that mojo, that happy spot where your hair's on fire and you're calm and you make the simple play. And we call it managing the game. And we did not manage the game well tonight. The final score is interesting, you know, I get it, and we made some changes in the last 12 minutes there, just trying to really all out. Let's get back in this, because our energy was pretty good, with the exception of the end of the second period. But we've got to find that mojo where we can push, and sometimes you just got to chip it out.
The decision to play Owen, I played Friday night. Were you just pleased enough with his effort Friday night to put him back in goal tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. It's really quite simple that the games that we've won, we've had exceptional goaltending, and I want those goalies. That's a pretty simple message: play really well, win, and you play again.
You comment on his play. I thought he played very well tonight. Getting a 5-2. I don't think that was necessarily a 5-2 game.
Yeah, well, I think we left him. We left him a couple times. You know, we shoot one in our own net, which is quirky, and unfortunately it happens. We couldn't get it clear on their third one. It wasn't indicative of his play. I thought he stopped most of the pucks that he had a chance to, and again, I think it's a good competition there right now. I thought Owen had a good weekend of play, got a nice win on Friday night, and we know that Linden has the ability to play well also.
How good is it to have Riley and Laka back in Friday night and then again tonight, having them back in the lineup?
Yeah, I mean, what they do is they slot in both top line guys. One's a top D pairing, one's on the first line, and it helps our depth. And you know, we need to. It's an area that the general manager of our hockey program needs to keep addressing, is that we have to make our current players better. And while they're here, it's important that we continue to develop depth in our program.
What positives can you take away from a weekend split like this, and you know, as you prepare for Notre Dame next weekend?
Yeah, there's a lot of positives. They get buried in the final when you look at the final box score, right? But you know, just to get those guys back, I thought our power play, we scored a goal both nights. One was 4-on-3. Last night it was the game winner. I thought our penalty kill was pretty good, and I don't think we gave up.
One penalty tonight.
Yeah, but we didn't give up a power play goal against on a weekend. So,
no, 5 for 5.
You know, we created a little more competition at goal. We got healthy, which creates more competition up front. You know, there's a lot of positives, and right now that it hurts. It hurts because it wasn't. We just didn't put it all together tonight. But that's what's really hard. We saw a really hungry, focused Lowell team, and we'll take that lesson. We've learned some lessons in winning and losing this year already, and we'll take that lesson and know what we need to do.
Is it customary to leave on a Tuesday for a road trip where you're flying for you, or is there a reason why you're going out to South Bend early?
You know what? We're leaving Tuesday. The class schedule on Wednesday at RPI. There's really no classes on Wednesday, so that allows us to get out a little bit earlier. We're missing 2 classes. We have 4 guys each missing 1 class, so there's 2 classes with 4 guys total. Do that math. So we didn't feel that it was an academic burden. We checked with those guys first. So we're going to go catch an NHL game in Buffalo on Tuesday night. We're going to stay in Erie. We'll practice at Mercyhurst. We're going to visit a couple people in Cleveland on the way, and then we'll get to South Bend and little time together. We'll take everybody with us, and this is Notre Dame as an institution is a wonderful place to visit, and we want to take all of our eligible and healthy players, even then all of our eligible players to travel will go. So the Tuesday, no excessive class misses, and an opportunity to get a little bonding in.
Yeah. What does it help having played them last year? You know, they're right back up on the top of the rankings again.
It doesn't matter. I mean, we like to play really good teams, and they're a really good team. And again, we continue to be a work in progress, and our guys have been coachable. They're hurt right now because we had an opportunity. We had an opportunity to beat a really good team for a second night in a weekend, and we let it slip, and we can't get that opportunity back. So now we go in and let's see where we stack up against Notre Dame. I mean, our schedule has been really challenging, and that's good. That's what we want. We want these guys to have to learn how to drive when there's chaos all around us.
Take us through the goal where you had the assist on and how it developed for you.
Yeah, it was 4-on-3, so I knew I'd have time coming off the ice, and I tried to get the blue line on my own, and then I saw two guys coming to me, and I knew there was only one guy left, so I just tried to throw it to an area, and then Ovi made a good play, and then a really good pass to Todd, so that was good.
Obviously, you would have wanted to have the win today, but you split the weekend. What positives can you take away from this weekend?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, right now it's really disappointing not getting the win today, but like you said, you got to take some positives, and we played really well on Friday, and for us, we have a huge weekend coming up against top 5 team Notre Dame, so we have no choice but to just be positive and just keep going into next week.
Concerning Notre Dame, what do you recall from them from last year, and how you think that might having that two game set with them last year may help you guys this time around?
Yeah, I think obviously they're a really good team. They lost in the national championship game last year, so they're going to be a really hungry team for sure. From last year, I remember we played them really well, took them to overtime in a game.
Your goal, first and foremost?
Yeah, I mean, we were breaking the puck out really well on Friday. I think we started the game off doing the same thing. It was a nice little chip by the D up the wall to Lax, and Lax kept it going to me. I had a little bit of space to skate into, so I moved it outside to Ovi and kept driving the net, something we've been working on in practice, and he got it back to me. I just got a quick release off, and goalie wasn't set, so it was nice.
You haven't played a lot with Jacob, but you guys seem to have nice chemistry with Autovillia as well. I mean, talk about playing with the freshmen and how that's working out for you as a line.
Yeah, I mean, they're two really good players. They're very intelligent, very heads-up players, and they do a lot of the little things well, like getting in on the forecheck and causing havoc. And when one of us are open, we just try and get it to each other and create space. So I think everything's going well with us. Obviously, there's a couple bumps in that game, a couple plays we'd like to execute it a little bit better. But the more we play together, I think the better we're going to get. So,
how important is it to you? You're heading out to South Bend on Tuesday to kind of put this one in the rearview mirror, knowing you got a big matchup coming up next weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely important. We did some things well in that game. We had good energy. We executed the forecheck well at times, and I think we need to take those good things away from the game, even though it was a tough loss, and bring them to South Bend this weekend and continue to get better. I mean, we have a number of practices before then, so we're going to work on things we could execute better, and we'll see what happens.
I think it's, this is 11 games into the season for you guys now. What's, the biggest thing you think you guys need to work on going forward?
I mean, I think there's a lot of things. You're never going to play a perfect game, and that's just the bottom line. So whether it's we work on our forecheck, work on our neutral zone, work on our breakouts, I mean, you can always get better in every aspect of the game, and I think we're going to continue to work on that throughout the week, and hopefully it all comes together for us on the weekend.
When it comes to Notre Dame this weekend, earlier in the season you took 2 from Union, who was a ranked team, so you've already kind of had that experience. Is that something you can go into this game and maybe pull another upset out this weekend? Yeah,
I think we have to go into this weekend with confidence. I mean, we've been playing pretty good hockey every single night, and this is another ranked team. And if we go in and play our game, I mean, it's difficult for teams to play with us. So I think that's something we need to do going into this weekend.